Mm. Mm. I mean, woo! I got to get into it. So first of all, welcome to the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. It also stands for high emotion radiates overflow. Overflow. Mm. Mm. I am recording this episode right after Reverend Mel's episode yesterday. I did my show yesterday. She did her show yesterday, and now I got to do my show again. I got to do it again because I don't know if what I'm feeling now will transgress till tomorrow. I don't know, but let me get to it now. Now I want you to comment as the way you normally would, because I'm gonna check the comments. Because whoa, you got to be feeling it. So if you are not still feeling it from yesterday, reminder to get involved. All right. Now let me say the regulatory things. I'm a man recovering from a stroke. The 12th, July 12th is the day it is. And I had a stroke July 14th. I mean, I don't know if I'm conveying it enough to you, but this is affecting me greatly. My birthday this time around is affecting me greatly. My regular birthday, not so much. And I mentioned to you that Fee King, who has been with me through many birthdays, many birthdays. We've known each other for a long time. She said that I used to be fickle about my birthday. And I was telling Reverend Mel, I was like, Reverend Mel, I was laughing with her. I was telling her a funny story, like, Reverend Mel, you won't believe what Fee said. She said I was fickle about my birthday. And Mel said, oh, yeah. Yeah, you were. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you were. So it's interesting. This was a known thing. That I was a known boogaboo about my birthday. Right? That was a thing of mine. But this time, I didn't feel anything about my birthday. But July 14th, ooh. I'm feeling it. The closer we go, the more I'm feeling it. So, Ashe, you watched this on the 12th. So you just a couple days out. And I'm feeling it. I've been getting emotional, and I got choked up. Just a few minutes ago. Watching Rev Mel's show. I got caught up. I started tearing up. All kinds of things happened. So, let me finish my intro. All right. So I'm a man who is on the cusp of a year of doing this show for, well, I guess I did not do it for a year, but I've done it for a while. And I have been working with New Thought Media Network to get somewhere, to experiment with me and the things that I need to help myself move further, faster. So thanks to New Media Outlook. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see if I got that right. Yes, New Media. What is going on with me today? New Thought Media Network. Thank you so much for allowing me the space and the opportunity to do this, to grow with you guys. And I'm sorry for just now forgetting the name. That's the aphasia. That's the aphasia kicking. So the aphasia is basically, I'm using my own version, but it means defined by the dictionary is these things that are make it difficult for someone who's had a stroke like mine speak effectively. Now I've been using it all willy-nilly. Like anything that has anything to do with me going crazy, I use aphasia. I use that word. So don't mind my use of it, but just understand that that's me trying to get through. So that was me trying to get through, and it just comes up regardless. It comes up anywhere. Anyway, so sorry for that. But I'm just letting you know that this is what it's like. I can have it exactly right 1 second, and then 5 seconds later, it's gone. It's gone. I'm looking for it. So just so you know, that's how it operates for me. Because I've understood now that strokes are different for all different kinds. My doctor, I'm going off on a tangent now, but my doctor in Nashville had a stroke after treating me, and he was back at work as a doctor, like just magically back magically back at his desk, a doctor. Like that just blew me away. So anyway, let me get back on track. So what I wanted to speak to, what got me all riled up and eager to do a show so quickly after watching Rev Mel's show, is that because what was happening with me when I watched her show. So I did my show yesterday, right? If you missed it, you missed it. But I talked about being in this room, right, with all these computers, right? Now, when I finished my speech, my show, I was sitting here staring at my feet, just staring at my feet, because I felt badly about how I'd done, badly about whether or not you could hear me, whether or not I said anything that made any sense, feeling like what I said made no sense. The comments in the chat were kind of, like I didn't feel like I connected with you. And I was literally sitting here staring at my feet. I was like, that's how I was feeling. And then Fee King hit me up. She hit me up in respect to my show. And I was like, oh, this is really great. And I thanked her immensely for what she said. And then she said something else. I was like, oh, this is really great. And then Reverend Mel made the kitten caboodle, right? So I was thinking, I'm gonna do the show. I was thinking about doing a show, right? But then I was like, nah, it was too, I was too far off. My feelings, my thoughts weren't in control. Like none of it. I was like, whatever, right? But when I heard Reverend Mel speak, I was like, okay. So this is what happened. Reverend Mel quoted me talking about the computer room, right? The computer room, right? Now, just a reminder, I went to this room in a strange building I'd never been to before, and it was a sea of computers. And you expect this to be a positive experience. But what happened was there were different fights. There were different fights, there were different arguments, there were different all kinds of things. But my thinking was, all right, I got this at home. I could easily access this website at home. Now I know where to go, which is which was my question. Which thing do I click? Now I know which one to click, and I can just go home, right? But my goal was, let me do it now. Let me do it now in case I have any other questions, in case I need to get through it and get through it now. Get through it now and to be done with it instead of being home and trying to do it later. So my goal was to get through it, right? Reverend Mel brought my story into stark relief to her talking about what are we abiding in? What are we abiding in, right? And for me to feel like, despite my feeling like, I don't know where, if this went well or not. Despite that, to be on par with a reverend, that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. To be on par with a reverend, that is amazing to me, right? Like, I was feeling so down about this show. I was. And I sometimes feel that way. And so I'm telling you, I was feeling low. And then to have Fee King and Reverend Melissa all ganging up on me, giving me this great energy, that's incredible. And what Reverend Mel said about what idea are you living in, what idea are you abiding in, just made so much sense to me. And so what this did is it made it real for me. Like, I was kind of struggling with it, as you know. But now I know that it's real. And someone else out there has the same idea, has the same thought pattern is what I'm thinking. Like, that's all I need. That's all I need, because the idea that I'm abiding in, or choosing to abide in, is choosing superhuman versus regular human. Superhuman versus regular human. Superhuman versus regular human. You understand? Because it's easy. It's easy to subscribe to what happens as a regular human. Right? Like, I know it's funny that I'm using superhuman in human, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to get drawn into the regular human descriptions, the regular human reactions that happen every day. That my friends say, I'm feeling anxious for you. That have my people around me having thoughts and feelings about me that are regular, right? It's easy to fall into that. But there's this small, very small streak that you can peek through that tiny little corner of that and get out of all the big all the big things, like all the talking, yes, all the talking. You hear all this, but in the middle of that, you'll see this tiny little speck. And if you can find that speck and focus on that, it instantly gets bigger. It gets bigger, but you got to give yourself over to it. You've got to give yourself over to it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach for the small speck, the small magical step that's pulling out and getting larger as I look at it. And I'm telling you, this is scary to me. This is frightening to me because it hasn't been done by me before in my life, but I can feel it. I can feel it. And Reverend Mel co-signing it was all I needed to feel it, to understand that yes, it's about how I choose to view every moment. Let's go back to the computer room. That I can't even tell you who was angry. I can't even tell you who was angry because I didn't even turn around to look. He was back behind me on my left. That's all I know. And he was still there because when I left, people were still trying to figure out what was wrong with him. And there was another one that was here on my right. I couldn't tell you what that person looked like because I was here. I didn't even look. I said, I put my headphones on, I turned up Red Melissa, and I stayed focused. I stayed focused. And what I was saying that B King was helping me with, it was that I said to her, I wanted to not be in that position again. She's like, no. You were in a different position because of how you dealt with it. When no one else in that room knew how to deal with it that way. No one else in that room knew how to deal with it that way, right? And I saw all kinds of people doing all kinds of things, but none of them seemed grounded the way I was. I'm just seeing seams. No one else seemed grounded the way I was, right? And I stayed focused, and I remember to smile. And that is from my book, Hack Your Pain Now. That's number two. Commandment number 2, hack your pain now, is smile. And I made sure I smiled. Right? And in that, there's something that happened creatively between me and the people around me, because I told y'all and had Reverend Mel sign on to it, that these women that I saw say it to other people, I can't help you. You're not Spanish. I can't help you. I saw them do this, and I saw these same women come and help me, and I didn't ask for any help. They just came and helped me. I was like, what? Like, to have that happen physically, had that happen immediately, out of blue air, like that is immediate design, fast design. Like that's incredible. That's incredible to see the universe reacting so quickly to me smiling, me focusing, me doing what I'm doing. I'm not listening to this person trying to talk to me. I'm to listen to this person trying to talk to me. I'm staying right here. Right? Because they were both trying to talk about negative things, right? Man. And even still, to this point, the person next to me had a computer that was moving slow. And then I tried to help. As I tried to help, another woman came over and said, oh, no. This is how you reset the computer, right? Completely innocuous, right? Except I need to reset my computer. I need to reset my computer later in that same session. I was like, I know how to reset the computer because I just saw it, right? Like that is, like, it's giving me the steps. So, ashe. So, spurred on by Rev Mel and Fee King, I am reaching for the impossible, incredible, super version of me, right? Because I got to go. So that's what I got to say. All right, I will talk to you later. Yeah, that's it. Later.